Exterior remote outpost. A hand falls into frame as the arm hits the ground. The gun slips from the hand. We see a close-up of a man's face filled with terror as he looks at the gun on the ground. His arm reaches for the gun as a foot steps on his arm to prevent him from reaching the gun. We pan up the foot to see a man with the same face pointing a gun at the other man's head. Bang. Interior Art Institute of Chicago, day. A young man, John, 20s, leans into an office cubicle in the museum to see a bookish young woman, Shay, 20s, hunched over a holographic display examining an archaeological artifact.
Hurry up, working girl, you're holding up lunch. No time for lunch today. I just finished the translations for this artifact and I need to catalog them before Karen throws a hissy.
Shay shows John the holographic display over an obsidian artifact with runes carved into it.
Cool, find anything interesting.
John takes a sandwich out of Shay's lunch bag on her desk and takes a bite. Shay looks at John disapprovingly and he winks at her as he takes another bite.
I think so. These appear to be ancient Synthoid runes. That's impossible. Wasn't this dug up in Iraq before the Synthoids made first contact?
John rummages in Shay's lunch bag looking for the chips. Shay continues talking, ignoring John's question.
The weird thing is that it says the one who is many will free the universe. Hey, that sounds like the heroes of Europa. Mateo is my favorite.
John points at his shirt with graphics of a soldier standing over a giant dead bug with a squad of soldiers behind him that look exactly like him with the Galactic Republic flag waving in the background.
I got all their action figures. You really are King Geek. They are clones, you know, all the same person.
Offended.
No, they're not. Mateo is the best and...
John pulls a worn Mateo action figure from his pocket.
His armor has a red slash on it. All the other ones are blue. It's just a marketing ploy to get you to buy them all. I am going to pretend you didn't say that. Really, that movie is so fake. Who would believe in some sort of superhero that we needed to clone to win the war? Well, maybe not win the war, but they saved our asses from the bugs.
John crams the action figure back into his pocket.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to upset you.
Shay glances at the artifact and then back to John.
Why do you think this is about Mateo? This artifact was hundreds of years before his time.
Shay and John examine the artifact.
It's like in the movie. Please tell me you saw the movie. I don't think we could be friends anymore if you haven't. I prefer to read.
Ignoring Shay's statement.
Have you been living in a cave? You have to have seen this.
John pulls up a movie clip on the holographic display as he takes another bite of the sandwich. On the holographic display is a scene of a soldier in a war-torn city putting a bullet in a giant bug's eye. A synthetic voice in Mateo's helmet translates the bug's dying clicks. The hive will not be destroyed by one such as you. Mateo takes off his helmet. I am more than one. Mateo puts another bullet in the bug's other eye. The alien blood splashes onto his face. A soldier with a blue slash in the Mateo's face walks up and hands him a cloth to wipe his face. John smiles from ear to ear.
Is that the coolest line ever?
Shay shrugs apathetically.
Sounds kinda cheesy to me. You need to get out more.
John takes another bite of Shay's sandwich. John starts to choke as Shay rushes to perform the Heimlich maneuver. John dies choking in Shay's arms. Shay looks at her sandwich still in John's clenched hand.
Maybe you were right, John. I'm sorry.
Shay grabs the artifact and stuffs it in her backpack and flees the building. Interior Shay's family home, night. Shay closes the door trying to make as little sound as possible. Her little brother Simon, 15M, runs up to her. Shay.
Be quiet, you little nut. I don't want Mom and Dad to hear me.
Maria, 45F, Shay's mother walks into the hallway. Hear what? I just saw it on the news feed. Shay is a wanted killer and thief. What? Neri looks at Simon and then looks at Shay in bewilderment. It's probably the coolest thing she ever did. Shay punches Simon in the arm. Simon giggles.
Brat.
Simon sticks his tongue out at Shay as she turns to look at Maria. Joseph, 50M, Shay's father, walks in eating a sandwich and puts his other arm around his wife. Chewing.
What's the hubbub, bub?
Maria turns to John pointing at Shay. Your daughter is a wanted felon. Maria and Joseph stare at Shay disapprovingly.
It's not what you think. Someone must be trying to frame me for John's murder.
Pauses as she realizes.
I think I was the real target.
Maria and Joseph have very concerned looks. Simon has a wide smile on his face. Why would someone want to kill you? Maria looks at Joseph and then back to Shay. Honey, we must go to the police. This can't be right.
Now Maria, let her explain. Dad, I think I found something I shouldn't have.
Shay removes the artifact from her backpack and shows it to her family. You have to return that. Maria looks at Joseph. You got to turn yourself in. How will this look? The daughter of a Earth Council representative mixed up in murder and theft. Coolest thing ever. Joseph looks disapprovingly down at Simon then back to Shay.
Pumpkin, we can work through this logically. I translated the runes on this.
Shay turns over the artifact exposing the runes carved into it. Joseph leans in for a closer look as he takes another bite of his sandwich.
It says, the one who is many will free the universe.
Shay tears up thinking of John.
John thought it might have to do with Mateo.
He's my favorite.
That old story. What would an old war hero have to do with a Synthoid artifact? I'm not sure, but John died eating my sandwich.
Shay looks at Joseph eating his sandwich and gulps.
I think it was poisoned.
Joseph carefully puts his sandwich on the table. Poisoned? Why? If someone tried to poison you, we need to go to the authorities. You know the Synthoids control the police.
We need to be careful and think this through.
If not the police, I can have the Earth delegation protect you.
Maria, it may be better to get her someplace safe first. We could all be in danger.
John pulls his phone from his pocket and starts scrolling.
I have an old friend, Hose. Family man, he can hide her until we can sort this out.
Joe. We need to go through the proper channels. The Synthoids aren't evil. We can negotiate with them and get this all straightened out. Just then the front door is kicked open. In floats the Inquisitor, a synthoid dressed in light armor and many tubes filled with glowing red liquid, dangling and squirming to the floor where his legs should be. Two humanoid guards in full jet black reflective armor with a blue slash on their shoulder and rifles in their hands step in behind him. I see the family is all here. Do you know who I am? You can't break in here. Maria steps in between the Inquisitor and her family. Hissing.
I assure you, I know everything, Madam Representative.
The Inquisitor looks down at Shay holding the artifact. That belongs to me.
See here, good man.
Joseph steps towards the Inquisitor and his two guards point their rifles at him. Joseph steps back raising his hands. Shay clutches the artifact closer to her chest.
Why did you kill John for this? It's just an old piece of glass.
And what about Mateo? The Inquisitor looks down at Simon. And why, little one? Patting Simon on the head.
Would you bring up Mateo?
Simon looks sheepishly down as the Inquisitor looks Shay directly in the eyes. Why? Indeed. Shay slowly starts to put the artifact in her backpack. My daughter is innocent. This is all just one big misunderstanding. Joseph puts his arm around Maria. Madam Representative, you are mistaken about a great many things.
This is connected to Mateo. You killed John over this.
Enough talk, you question things too much already. The Inquisitor reaches for the artifact. Simon bites the Inquisitor's hand. Mongrel. The Inquisitor snatches back his hand in pain and backhands Simon with his other hand. Go. Now. Shay is confused at what happened next. All she sees is Maria thrusting Simon into her arms as Joseph pushes her out of the side door into the garage. Shay hears two blaster bolts as she clutches Simon and runs out of the garage. Exterior Chicago Spaceport. Shay and Simon emerge into the crowded busy Chicago Spaceport. Mom? Dad? Simon's grip on Shay's hand tightens as Shay's eyes roam the people walking by.
We'll see them soon. We need to find Hose. Dad trusted him to keep us safe.
Shay spots two guards in black armor with blue slashes showing her hologram to people in the crowded spaceport terminal.
First, we need to hide.
Grabbing Simon's hand tighter, Shay lowers her head and blends into the crowd. Shay bumps into a man and looks up to see he is covered in black armor with a blue slash. What have we here? The clone guard puts his hand on Shay's shoulder and starts to scan her face. A small child, Haas Jr., 8F, covered in dirt walks up to the clone guard and touches his leg. Excuse me, sir. Can I have some credits? Get out of here, bigger. The clone guard backhands the child. As he turns back to Shay, he is confronted by a huge man covered in filth. Haas, 55M. Careful how you treat the less fortunate. His massive grimy fist rocks the man in the armor as it impacts his helmet. A bunch of dirty kids melt in from the crowd and pull the unconscious clone guard into the shadows. The little dirt-covered girl kicks the clone guard in the ribs. The burly dirt-covered man looks down, wipes his hand, and extends it to Shay and Simon. Come little ones, let's get you someplace safe. In the crowd 4 more men in black armor with blue slashes point in their direction. Junior. Get the ship ready. The filthy little girl salutes her father as all the dirty children melt back into the crowd. Haas grabs Shay and Simon in his massive arms and heads in the opposite direction from the clone guards. Haas expertly moves through the crowd like a much skinnier man despite his bulk and cargo. They hide around a corner as Haas sets Shay and Simon down. Haas wipes his brow and tries to catch his breath. I'm getting too old and fat for this. 2 black guards pop up from the crowd and point in their direction, signaling others. Follow me. Shay grips Simon's hand as they follow Haas through the crowd. A loud bang echoes through the spaceport and the crowd begins to panic. Shay and Simon are jostled about. Simon's hand slips from Shay's grip. Then she is bumped some more and she loses track of Simon.
Simon.
A massive hand grabs Shay's shoulder. Shay looks up to see a smiling Haas. We have to get you to the ship.
Simon.
Shay looks over her shoulder searching the panicking crowd. My kids will take care of him. We need to get you to the ship, now. Shay reluctantly follows Haas as there is more rumbling from above. The crowd separates around Shay and Haas as wind from roaring engines hit the pavement. Shay looks up to see a dirty little girl piloting a space freighter above them. Haas Jr., smiling from ear to ear, salutes Haas. Yells up at Haas Jr.
I said get the ship ready, not fly it.
Haas Jr. salutes again as a rope lowers from the ship. Definitely too old. Pat stomach.
Definitely too fat.
Haas grumbles as he puts on the harness at the end of the rope and grabs Shay tight and gives the thumbs up to Haas Jr. in the cockpit. Haas Jr. salutes Haas as they rise into the air. Shay spots Simon surrounded by black armored guards with blue slashes, their rifle pointed at Simon's head. With both her parents and her brother now gone, she sags as she is hoisted into Haas's spaceship.